so first order of business is, first of all, welcome. Hello. Nice to see everybody. We need to take action on minutes from February. So Louise had emailed them out a month ago when we thought we were going to get together in July. I don't have any changes. I thought they looked great as best as I could recall.
Okay, yeah, I found a couple of grammatical problems. I missed a verb somewhere, which I would like to add back.
Okay.
So if I have your permission to do that.
We trust
can't
your
remember.
judgment.
It's fine. All right.
Edit
so-
your own excellent
Yes.
minutes.
Got it. So we need a motion.
I make the motion to approve the minutes from February.
It's probably the 19th, I think. Something like
From the
that.
February meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All in
February 26th.
February 26th. Oh, or because of the holiday. Yeah. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. It passes. Thank you. Okay, next, Sally, this is a meeting item that I put on a long time ago. You had copied us on an email from, I don't remember the gentleman's name, but it was about ash tree preservation and trying to come up with a coordinated effort to save our ash trees. I just added it here because it was something that came up. I wasn't sure if there was anything additional we needed to do.
I don't think so. I mean, the Conservation Commission is, certainly Lisa can tell you, has grave concerns about what's happening
Yeah,
around the Berkshires with the ash trees and the hemlocks. So that's
So I think,
pretty much it.
I think the information came from Paul Catanzaro.
yeah,
Shelley?
that's right.
So when we did the,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
when we
That was
did
a long
the,
time ago.
It was.
when we did the seedling giveaway back on Arbor Day, he had sent me a box of about 50 hard copies of that report. So we gave them out
Okay.
that day. I mean, I can bring them here. if
Okay.
somebody- I had some
But is there anything that we need to do from
No,
a
it's
Kampoosa
just
standpoint?
education.
Okay, got it. Yeah, they're dying all over. My neighbor across the street we were discussing, because I have a dead one, but it's being held up by other trees. So I was gonna have somebody come in and probably just top it. Doesn't even leaf out anymore. It's crispy, like peppers. But I don't want to take it down and I like to leave the snag up. So that's my plan, but it's really bad. Though I do see a lot of seedlings right now
They're
around.
probably not resistant.
Probably
I
not.
suppose we should take this opportunity, since this is recorded and maybe it has a different audience than some of the other meetings, that there is a form that one can get through town hall, either online or the actual form that the Conservation Commission has out. It's a jurisdictional form for if you want to take down trees. And so for us to determine whether the tree is within or near a resource area.
How does someone, do you think it's on the town
Right,
website?
it's right out here.
I know, but if you don't want a hard copy, like I don't live here, right? So.
Is it on the website?
Is there a
Yes.
digital version?
Yes, yep, it's on the website.
So if I were to go to the website, would it be, let me just, I'm on
Under
it.
forms.
Under forms, okay. So if I go to home, forms and applications, okay, okay.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure that Lake Drive has that. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, if it's nowhere near a resource area,
Right.
a pond or a lake or a stream or one of those things, we won't care. But
Yep.
if it might have some impact on one of those resource areas, then we would like to take a look at it and maybe suggest or require a replanting.
Well,
okay,
and if it's on a public way, the tree warden should know.
okay. Oh, got it. So I'm looking for the word tree. I'm looking at curb cut cemetery tour, like I just.
It should be under forms.
Yeah, I mean, there's, about 50 or 60 forms. I'm not,
Is there a request for determination?
I mean, these are.
It gives you several options. Either we don't care because it has no bearing on anything that we're concerned about, we might require
Oh, yeah.
a request for determination of applicability. We might require a notice of intent, or we might
okay.
suggest that you apply
Here it is.
for an emergency certification.
Okay, so just for the record, what you do is you go to forms, and you go to forms in the town, and then you have to look for Conservation Commission, and the name of it is Forms under Conservation Commission. Then you click View, and then there's supporting documents. You have a notice of jurisdiction, a tree removal request form, and a stormwater management application form. So we just have to click through twice. So, okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, click through. All right. That's helpful because I'll just make sure the association at least knows. Okay, thank you for sharing that. I did not know that. Okay, then I just wanted to give a quick update on committee members. So I think we all know that Rich Bradway has stepped down. We're very thankful for his help and service. At somebody, I think this was your idea. We've obviously been having trouble getting a quorum. So we asked the select board to reduce the size of the committee from 6 to 5 so that we can have a meeting with 3 people. So that has been confirmed. And then I also asked for Rich's position to be replaced, that we needed another member. So there is somebody that has put his name in. It's, I think, going to be discussed at the next select board meeting, which I think is Thursday. And his name is William Resitaritz. He used to work for the Nature Conservancy in Missouri, the Department of Conservation and the Missouri Natural Heritage Inventory, which is the equivalent of the Massachusetts Natural Heritage and Endangered Species Program, the equivalent in Missouri. He worked in aquatic systems and at the interface between aquatic and terrestrial habitats. So he is very excited. So he was an ecologist back in Missouri, and he lives here now. So I'm hoping that he gets approved. I have his bio and his CV, but I'm going to wait to share that until he's been signed off. I've spoken to him a little bit over email, and he's quite energized. So I think that would be a great addition.
So what does that mean in terms of, if we have more than 5 people and we're a 5-person committee, what status does someone get,
Someone an
Well, that's a
alternate.
good question.
reduced?
Right.
Yeah, there's often an alternate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and the alternate can come to all the meetings. You just can't vote.
Right. Okay. Got it. So,
But they step up if there's not enough people.
okay. So we were reappointed to this committee. You have not been reappointed to this committee.
Aye.
In June, the select board, I guess every June, they kind of look at all the committees and we were supposed to submit, and you may have not been at the last meeting where we discussed this, but you have to resubmit your name for reappointment.
Okay.
So they have not to the Kampoosa committee, if you're interested in still being a part of it.
Who do I submit?
I think to the select board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. So if something you're interested in still being a
Yeah.
part of. Okay. Got it. Okay. And then I'll figure out, I guess, the alternate thing.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure that out,
Okay.
assuming that
So
Bill gets appointed.
a comment on Rich leaving, because he had compiled, been in the process of compiling a lot of the documents that we had.
Yes.
And I'm very glad we didn't agree to have all those documents be held at the land trust. because
Okay.
This was my concern.
Yeah.
They need to be in a public place.
Yeah.
Not a private place. But, so we need to get those back. Didn't he have boxes from BNRC? He did.
I didn't know if he was physically going there or if he actually physically got the boxes.
I thought he had the boxes. Well, either way.
Okay,
We
okay.
need to find out. And if he can send us whatever the final version of that, was it a
Yeah.
spreadsheet he was working on?
Yeah.
Working on a spreadsheet, and he had, of course, so much of the drone footage.
Right.
I have that on a jump drive.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least, well, I don't think I have the second one. I have the first pass, which
Okay.
was fall or
Mhm.
spring. And
The
fall.
first one was-
And then I don't think I have the second pass where he was mapping it and
Yeah.
showing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually that's
It'd be
a
good to get all
good
that
point.
back. And Sally, I think I had asked before, but I'll ask again. I thought at the last town meeting, there was something from CPC about a kind of clerical, like $10,000, not even, it was not that much, for a clerical position to organize data. Did I make that up?
Um,
I'm just wondering if we could put in an application for next year to get an intern to organize the information about the bog, because we haven't successfully been able to do it. And I think it's one of the most important things for this commission to just get that information in one place digitally and maybe hard copies at the library so that it's a resource for people that are interested in studying. the bog.
we have the admin pot, if you will. And that pays for Erica. And then people can apply for, I don't know that anyone has ever applied for organizational things. I think it has to, whatever it is, has to inform the CPC on some upcoming project. So I don't think that it's applicable,
Okay,
but we can look into it further.
okay. So we should think of some way, because it will be a lot of work.
Yeah.
We should think of some way to maybe a college intern, somebody to,
So, Sally, could we put that in the conservation budget as a Kampoosa Bog project for next year?
Uh,
Or would Dr. Rhodes have somebody from Smith?
yeah, I don't know.
It'd be a town vote, but obviously it's needed, and if we don't get money from somewhere, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think I'd just go and see if the town would be willing to
so.
pony up some money for that.
Yeah,
Okay,
Michael has alluded to some funds somewhere that could be used for different things, so maybe we
Yeah.
can.
And yet,
Yeah, I think I'd go to the town for it. I think it's complicated
With CPC.
with CPC.
okay.
You want us.
and yet the town has been unable to give us anything in terms of electronic access that's
They only
worth
want to give.
anything.
I know.
And
Yeah.
so that's really what we need. That was, at least Rich was offering that
Right,
possibility.
Through the land trust, yeah. With
Yeah.
multiple people. That's the thing. The
Exactly.
town said, yes, you can do it, but you can only have one person on your committee who has access due to security reasons. And funneling it through one of us that's
So what-
too big of a lift for one.
It just seems like some kind of made up thing. What does that mean? Does the select board, like one person from the select board can add stuff? I mean, that seems ridiculous.
That they have a secretary for the select. They have Teresa to support, I believe.
so why don't we start with asking Michael if there would be funding available?
Funding available for,
Either by town vote or if there's a fund to have, and I don't know what the cost would be, I don't know how many hours, but to.
could you talk to him? I have a long list of
Do you
things.
think there's ARPA funds available?
For this, would it qualify for that?
I think of
I don't
ARPA
know.
structure kind of things.
Yeah, I
But I
think,
don't really know.
I think of it as infrastructure too.
Yeah. I think that's.
It is infrastructure, right?
Not
I
really.
mean, folders.
I don't think of it as
File
infrastructure.
folders, yeah.
All right, I can try to talk to Michael about
Okay.
it. And whether it would have to go to a town vote or whether there would be money available somewhere.
Right. So the other thing I wanted to just update you guys on things that were on my to-do list. So I was supposed to go out to Mass DOT to see if I could get a group meeting together with Mass Wildlife, us, Mass DOT, to talk about salt usage on the roads. I started down that path. And then when we lost a little momentum in the committee, I
Yeah.
kind of stopped because I needed to make sure we really had a meeting where we could all come together to talk
Sure.
about it. So I know that that's still on my to-do list.
So there's a lovely man who works for the Mass DOT in Lennox, who's the guy who comes to conservation. And he is very willing and eager to help wherever he can. And I can give you his name is Amer, Amer, Raza, Raza.
Okay.
And I just, it might be the first contact just to say whom should we get in touch with to get this meeting together. I don't think he himself would do it, but he would know maybe who to talk to.
So I spoke to the district engineer for snow and ice, which is Stephen Webster. And he told me that I needed to speak to the head honcho, whose name I think is Francisca. So she's
Yes.
the person
Hemming.
I had reached out.
Francisca Hemming. Yeah.
Yes. So do you think Amber Raza works for Stephen Webster, the engineer for snow
I
and
think
ice?
I think he works for Francisca.
Oh, all right. So I'll try
Hemming.
him. I just don't want to step on people's toes. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll-
just, I mean, if we just asked him who we thought was the best contact person, I don't think that's stepping on anybody's toe.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we'll see if he says the same thing that Stephen Webster told me, which was that I had to talk to Francisca.
Did he attend our meeting when we met with Dave Paulson? Was it Dave Paulson? Did he attend that meeting?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, all right,
He
yeah.
did.
So he knows
He
who
was
we
on
are.
Zoom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna follow up with Rich on making sure we get the second drone footage, what's happening with his documents. He had a spreadsheet format that I thought was still a little fluid, like hadn't kind of been
It was
finalized.
very preliminary.
Yeah, and
Unless
then-
he worked on it
Maybe,
down the road.
yeah.
And then he also was going to create like a Google Sheet
Yeah,
location.
yeah.
So I know I shared my personal email with him because I have access to Google Sheets and I don't know whatever happened with the
Yeah.
Google
Let's
Sheets.
get all of that. Yeah.
So I will do that.
So Mark Moore, who is still with Mass DOT, or at least he was recently.
Ooh,
We missed all that. We missed all that. You broke up.
Having some,
Mine is Mark Moore
okay,
was the guy from Mass DOT,
oh.
I think,
Another person?
originally, and I think he's still with them. Or, yeah, with him a couple of times and got nowhere.
Well, I'll start with a mayor first and see what he has to say.
Okay,
And I guess I'll ask if Mark Moore is still around.
yeah, because he was quite involved with the Kampoosa stewardship years ago when
Well,
it was first.
I went
Around.
to the office and spoke to the woman at the front desk in person and introduced myself. And she told me the person that used to work for Kampoosa is no longer there. But,
Okay,
and
this
so
was a
that's
couple
why
years ago, I think.
okay. So that's why she sent me to
Okay.
Stephen Webster, and he said he hasn't been involved with Kampoosa before, but he wasn't authorized to meet with us, is what he said.
Yeah.
So,
Hey then.
yeah, but sure, politics, who
Oh,
knows?
yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's update on committee membership. And then Lisa wanted to talk about the Stockbridge Forestry Conference, which is on October 19th. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, so I sent out the agenda and registration information. I encourage anyone that's interested to come. It's free, there's food, it's a great lineup, there's site visits in the afternoon. I think it'll be very.
Is it going to be recorded in any way?
We've talked about that. I don't think the whole thing will be recorded, and certainly not the site visits.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that everyone, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't count on it.
Okay, so is it kind of an all-day thing?
It's from the morning session, I think registration starts at 8 or 8:30 and
Okay.
goes till a little afternoon.
I haven't
12:15.
clicked the link yet.
And then from 1, and there's lunch,
Oh,
and then
8 to
from 1,
3:30, okay.
and you can see the agenda if you.
Oh, here, okay, oh, got it, okay, ooh, all right.
And there'll be
7:30
a lot
to
of information
Set up
on loss of
registration.
hemlock. I don't know if they'll talk about ash too, but, and actually, we've adjusted the agenda a little bit. There's a hemlock expert, Sally,
Hmm,
that's going to be added to the agenda, I think instead of Tom Ryan.
I'm
okay,
so interested in this and I'm so bummed that I think I'm gonna have a conflict.
Well, I hope you can,
If
Okay.
you can urge them to record, I would love it.
so there's 3 field tours that start, you get on the bus at 1:00, and the field tour, there's 1 to Ice Glen, 1 to Gould Meadows, and 1 to Berkshire Botanical Garden.
and you can go to, you have to pick one.
You have to pick one. Ooh, that's gonna be hard, okay.
And Bob Leverett, I think it's almost.
So
filled out.
Bob Leverett is ash and hemlock in Ice Glen. Gould Meadows is Ron Brauker and Jess Toro for invasives control, grassland habitat, and native plant restoration. All right, I'm going to do that one, I think. And then Berkshire Botanical Garden is Thaddeus Thompson, tree walk, expert care and preservation of specimen trees, led by Tom Ingersoll. Oh, he's great. And then there's closing
Great
remarks.
program,
Yes.
I think it'll be really good. It's been fun
a
to.
really great
put
program.
together.
Okay, great, thank you.
And if anyone's interested in volunteering, let me know. We could use a little help.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, if I
Um,
can figure out how not to be conflicted, I certainly will be there. So
Great.
anything that you need at that point, but I'll let you
Okay.
know.
Thank you. And I'll see about if we could get it recorded.
I mean, I'll volunteer if I can also participate, though. I don't
Oh,
know.
the volunteering would be like helping set up tables. Or something, that
Oh,
kind of
got
thing.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it wouldn't be in lieu of hearing the
Oh, no.
speakers. Oh, okay. Ooh, all right.
Will the morning sessions be live streamed? Will one be able to?
No, it won't be hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't be hybrid.
That's the
It may be recording,
agenda. Oh, you got it. Okay.
but it won't be hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Neat. Okay, next we wanted to confirm our availability for our meetings. I've already reserved this room for these. September 16th.
I will not be able to attend the
Okay,
16th.
so no Arthur. October 21st,
Good.
November 18th, and December 16th.
To the best of my knowledge.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
it's hard
Okay.
to know what's in December, but
All right, and
Fine with me.
What was December, Laura?
16th.
16, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we
I'll
like
have to look at my
5.
calendar.
Okay, and Sally, do we want to continue with 5:15?
That would be great.
It was your request. I mean, I'm fine with
Yeah, fine
15
with
minutes
me.
between friends. Okay.
okay.
Good. Do we have any other, I would open it for public comment, but I'm the only person here.
So I have a comment to Sally.
Okay.
Just, can you be sure to post the site visits for Thursday? I don't think that went out.
I did.
Oh, okay. Where, I didn't see it. Okay, great.
At least I think I did, because I sent it to them. I'll check, I'll double
Yeah,
check.
double check, because I just saw the listing from Anita and it has the time, but it
Did
said,
you get it?
I don't think so.
Didn't you get it?
Don't think I did. No,
Shoot. Let me double check.
okay. I think we still have time, but I want to make sure it goes out.
Yeah, we do. I'll send it out again if it looks like it didn't go through for some reason.
I don't think I got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do we have any other topics that I do not know what that sound is?
That's the door.
Oh, it's the door slamming? Holy mackerel. Anything else?
Is there anything that you would like to do to kickstart me on the invasive species, even if we just start with something?
Yeah.
can't solve all problems, but if there's something we could start with.
Asking, so I had sent out, I don't know if you, just to remind you guys, like maybe 6 months ago, sometime over the winter, I shared examples of some things that Connecticut has created around invasive species. They're better than they're more user friendly than what Massachusetts has because they have visuals, they have, examples of maybe why they're bad and stuff like that.
Funded by
Funded by Monsanto.
Yeah, that's probably what they're very like slick.
No, they're not that slick. They're
Okay. The ones I've seen from
the ones
Connecticut.
like,
Anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
well, if you're if you're a Massachusetts homeowner and you're thinking, oh, how do I identify this plant? When you go into the Massachusetts state websites, it's a bunch of links and you go to the Connecticut website, it's just visuals immediately. Like you can get there a little faster.
Okay, good.
So I was thinking that it would be nice just as another mailer for people within the ACEC, and maybe it's better for just the whole town, I don't know, just to say, this is what buckthorn looks like. Cause I do some heavy lifting in the Lake Drive Association. Heavy lifting sounds negative. I actually really enjoy it and love it, but just educating my neighbors about what buckthorn looks like and how to get rid of it, and what not to do. No chemicals, and also just helping people understand why purple loosestrife is bad. Because when I first moved here, I thought it was very pretty and I'd cut it and make a bouquet. I didn't know. Now I know. And it pops up in my yard all the time, just in the wind. So I have to really stay on top of it, but I think helping people understand in the ACEC.
So I think that's great. I would also say contact Matt Boudreau.
Yes.
Because we did that and we did handouts.
Yeah,
For town meetings.
Seen that handout, yeah, and I had issues with that handout, mostly
Okay.
because I think it could have gone, well, that handout is different, maybe than what I'm trying to accomplish. I think it's more, if you have purple loosestrife, here's a nice alternative. Because I would like to give people some alternatives too, instead of just, no, you can't do this. It's like, here's a yes, here's what you can do.
Sure.
So I think it's trying to accomplish maybe a little something different than what that handout was trying to do. But I did reach out to him to see if I could get it.
Most invasives were originally meant to be ornamental.
Yes, I know,
So
unfortunately.
that's why people like them, because they're
Yeah.
pretty. When I did flowers for, a sort of a living. I used to make stuff out of Phragmites and loosestrife and I knew that they were
Yeah.
invasives, but I would call it my invasive species bouquet. And
Right.
But,
Yeah, Oriental
you know,
bittersweet makes
all
a
those
beautiful
things that-
piece.
exactly, yeah. But unfortunately, it also spreads it when you throw it away.
Yes, exactly. If you don't solarize it or burn it, which is what I do with the loosestrife. So, yeah. So I will send you what Connecticut has as a starting point. Maybe some of the plants that they have may not apply to us in Berkshire County. Depends. I don't remember exactly what's on there, but I think that's where we could start. And I think I would be able to actually create the visuals myself just with what I know of how to use the computer and stuff.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Oh, great.
Okay.
And distributed how to who?
I'm not sure. I guess, well, we did an initial letter out to everybody in the ACEC just to say, hey, we exist, come and say hello. It could be that, mailers are kind of expensive. I don't know if we have other alternatives. We have that code red system, which I know is for emergency use only, but is there some other email system that the town I don't know, if the town has the ability to do that.
If we did a mailer to the ACEC and then make it available at the library,
Yeah.
at town hall.
Yeah, I mean, we can print color copies and have brochures, or maybe it's just a town meeting thing. I think the tricky thing with the town meeting is it's 300 people go. We have a lot of second homeowners in the ACEC,
Right.
just in general. We have
Sure.
people that own Airbnbs, like whatever.
Yep.
I don't know. Or maybe it's something about discouraging lawns and putting in plantings. I don't know. There just needs to be something else, because I think people are
least my neighbors, especially because we've had some new homes turnover recently, they're really interested
Yeah,
in
great.
putting in native stuff and they have to.
Yep.
You know, they have to work with white engineering and get the list of whatever, but you know, there's a lot of native plants out there that's also spread like crazy if we give them a chance. Great blue lobelia is like
Poison ivy.
insane this year in my yard, so, and all the asters and the goldenrod and junk like that, so.
If we come up with a brochure that we want to distribute, we might talk to John Hart about,
Oh,
see
printing,
if we can access his resources for printing and distribution.
Good
okay,
idea.
yeah,
And he's in within the ACEC.
he lives in it.
Yeah. So,
Right, isn't he on your,
Yeah.
the street, right? Okay,
yeah, he's
so-
right across from Arthur. Yeah. He's my
Okay,
next door neighbor.
got
Yeah.
it, okay, okay,
So he would have an interest, I would think, in
yeah,
helping.
all right, cool. Does anybody have anything else?
Just my last off-committee comment. Sally, I did get that. Sorry.
Okay.
She got it. Okay.
Yay. I said it last week before I left for the Adirondacks and I was going, oh God, because,
You're
I
good.
kind of flew it out and left.
Okay,
Nothing else?
no, that's it.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yay.
Aye.
Okay, woohoo.